show y'all that there's no angle of these waves that this hole is going to.
Yeah, whether you were hitting it straight on or just a little cross seed, it was, I don't think we ever got jarred, not once. I mean, very, very, very minor, if anything. And that was probably at a, 6-foot peak where it was stacking up, coming through the pass. Right.
We were intentionally trying.
Exactly.
What's up, friends? Welcome back to the channel. We just got done doing a sea trial on the beautiful Cape Horn 34XS, and man, I am blown away. The way this thing handled. I told Josh the other day, I said I want to do a sea trial on a 34T or a 34XS, and I want to be in the nastiest conditions we can find. He said I can make it happen. Call me when you want to go and we'll figure it out. So I called him last night. I said, hey, it's supposed to be 4 to 5s tomorrow and blowing 25 to 30 knots. So if you're about it, let's go. And he said, I'm all about it. Be there at 10 o'clock. So we met up this morning, got on the beautiful Cape Horn. Josh is gonna tell you a little bit about the boat and the specs, the features, the fuel range, all that stuff, what it's expected to get while underway. And without further ado, this is Josh Carr from Sunrise Marine Sales.
Awesome,
So,
man.
go ahead.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like you said, we just went out for a pretty spectacular sea trial. Kind of hard to film in conditions like that, and so that's why we figured we'd go back through and talk a little more after. But even with RJ on a sea trial, a customer who's looking at this boat, he'd kind of been going back and forth between some catamarans, a World Cat, or some Cape Horns. I'm really glad he kind of came back and decided that a Cape Horn was going to be the right boat for him. I think it matches exactly his needs. Today we went through the pass over here at Perdido Key. They were really stacking up on us, and it's a perfect kind of trial for this hull and this boat to kind of showcase what it can do.
I don't think there could have been a better day.
No, absolutely
That's what I
not.
was worried about. I was like, I hope it's rough enough. No, it was literally it, because when you're 65, 70, 80, 100 miles offshore, you never know what kind of conditions you can expect, especially in the summertime, all those pop-up thunderstorms, straight line winds, and everything else. I mean, we've been out there, 90 miles, and it's stacked up 6 to 8 foot just in an hour.
Right.
So.
And so what kind of separates this 34 from some of the other Cape Horns is they really wanted to go for more of a performance-oriented hull, something that was also eco-friendly. So we're going to see a much sharper keel on entry. It's still going to be the same 23 dead rise that you know from all the other Cape Horns. 22-inch draft, which is just crazy on a boat of this size.
Shallow.
And when we were running over those waves, the best way to describe what we experienced is there's just never a point, and he'd look back and said, I don't think we felt a jar yet,
Yeah, which I couldn't believe it. A couple of those waves stacked up. You know how when the tide's going out and that wind's really coming in and it's stacking that chop on top of the swells. I mean, there was some, I'd say every bit of 6 to 7 foot peaks in there.
Absolutely.
And I was blown away.
So yeah, when we came over those waves, I mean, just right away, it's just the landing surfaces on this Cape. It makes you feel so confident in the hull, and that's what you want in a boat. I mean, we've all been in several boats offshore, and a lot less than that, where you can feel it through the hull, and the hull speaks to you and tells you whether you can handle it or not. This boat, I mean, there was not a point, and RJ's was his first time behind it, and he seemed like an experienced captain. I mean, we were coming over. As we were coming back in, he was kind of a little nervous. There were some troughs that were about, 14 to 16 feet between, the peak and the trough, and he was worried about the bow stuff, and we just glided right on through. So we'll try to get some more shots, when the weather's a little, I guess less rainy.
More friendly, yeah. I mean, I think there's so many videos online of different boats doing sea trials in the perfect conditions. If you look behind me here, like, this is the perfect conditions. This is what you see all the time. But just less than an hour ago, it was blowing 30 knots right here. Current was ripping through here. 4 to 6 footers in the pass without question. And I mean, I think that was the perfect sea trial for this boat to see what it's really capable of. So
Absolutely.
talk about the fuel economy and the range at this
Yeah, I
boat's
kind of
got.
forgot. Sorry, I touched base on that earlier. So basically, they say the secret sauce on this boat is going to be its length to beam ratio. So it's going to be 34 foot 11 inches, and it's going to be a 9 foot 3 beam. A really unique kind of length and beam there. You know, why did they pick those exact ones? And really, they came with a blank slate of this boat. They wanted to fine tune it. There were a lot of different variations of the length and beam, different dead rises, and this is what they settled on. And what it gives you is the best overall fuel efficiency, while also a really high-end kind of performance hull. So, you know, we were out there, I mean, what were we doing? 35, 40 miles an hour, you know, speeding up, going over the tops of those waves. So really, however you want to ride these boats, you know, it's going to be able to do it.
You're easily capable to running 3 to 4s going 40 knots, no
Absolutely,
problem.
absolutely.
And if they're even further spaced out than in the Gulf, like in the Gulf, I mean, everything's, you know, it's a smaller body of water. That wind gets on it and it stacks up, and the swell period is like, I mean, on a good day, it's 6 seconds.
Right.
So.
And RJ and I, we were seeing 1.6 and 1.7 on the fuel economy there. So when we were kind of crunching the numbers before, you know, leaving 10%, you know, it was 360 miles range. And when we were doing that, that was based on 1.4. So we were, like I said, we were getting 1.5, 1.6 when it was
So if
pretty
you
rough
got her
out there.
back cruising at 30 knots, you're getting 1.6, 1.7, you think? Or
Yeah, that's what we were getting, and
Wow.
in different seas, different conditions. It was flickering right there around that the whole time.
that's awesome.
Yeah, so we're pushing 400-mile range on this boat all day.
Sweet.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in and joining us here on this sea trial on this beautiful Cape Horn 34XS. Again, my name is Josh Carr with Sunrise Marine. Tune in to see more on the Big Dan Show. Mike. Keep coming. That's good for now. Just give me my distance. This 34XS, this particular one is equipped with Suzuki 350s. They're going to be a V6 dual prop. I love these Suzukis for our Cape Horns because these dual props give you so much more bite control and stability. Some of these big offshore boats with really sharp dead rises are known to be a little listy, you know, not particularly the Cape Horns, but just in general. So I think these Suzuki dual props really kind of bite and grab the water a little better, almost act as outriggers, kind of stabilize the boat. And once again, like you just asked, we were planing it up on one engine if anything should happen. So that's another really great perk with these 350 Suzukis.